Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Supriya. So, how are you? All good?
We are
I'm
fine,
good
ma'am.
here,
How are you, ma'am?
I am good. I am good. So, did y'all have a very hectic day and then y'all are very tired right now? Is that the
No, no,
case?
not at all,
No,
ma'am. We
not
are
at all.
on
Yeah.
summer vacation and I'm eagerly waiting for this webinar.
Oh, great. So, y'all have summer vacation. That means you are
Yeah, I'm
in
in
the
UAE
UAE.
actually.
Oh,
So in
UAE.
UAE, it's
Okay,
still
great.
summer vacation is going on.
All right, great. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So, people from India, how are y'all? You must have started your sessions and then you'll are right away, giving assessments. Assessments are going on right now in schools. Must be a
Yes,
very,
ma'am.
yeah. Okay, Margaret. So we'll start in 3 minutes,
Yes.
right? I think a few more people are have to join. And I hope this session will be useful for you. Yeah.
Hello.
All right. So it's 5 o'clock now. Okay, let's start. So I just wanted, a quick poll. I'll release a quick poll. So what are your expectations from your webinar? Right, I'm just launching it right now. Let me know if you're able to see the poll. Is everybody able to see the poll?
Yes.
All right, great.
Yes. Yes.
So you can
Yes.
start. I have about 130 plus people joining in right now. So expect a lot of polls to come in. Right now I've got only 2 votes. I will be using a lot of polls, right, in my sessions. The reason is that I'll be able to get some interactivity from you all. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So people who are joining just now, are you all able to see a poll which is launched? The poll is for what are your expectations from this webinar, right? Is it for practical strategies for integrating AI literacy into STEM lessons? Or is it a deeper understanding of what critical AI literacy truly means? Or is it some insight into the future of AI and its impact on education? Or is it some networking opportunities that you want to, facilitate here? Like you might meet somebody, or is it because you want some resources and tools to help teach AI concepts effectively? So I've got only 5 polls. Okay, where are the polls? You will get it on your towards your right hand corner. If you're using your phones, it would be in more options. If you're using your laptops, it will be on your right side corner. Rajalakshmi, you have raised your hand. I've got 10 votes now. We have 164 people joining in within just 10 votes. It's not the reactions that we want right now, it is the polls. Okay, just for everybody to just see, right? This is the poll that I have started, and you will be getting it if you all are using your laptops. You will get it here on your right side corner. But if you're using your phones, you might have to click on more, and then you will have some polls there, right? All right. I still got only 18 votes. I think on the mobile, yeah.
Ma'am,
Manisha,
I cannot
thank you.
find it on the mobile,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So Manisha has actually given on the mobile, click on the 3 dots and then on tools. Thank you, Manisha. Thank you for helping us out. Rajalakshmi, you've been raising your hand. Is there any question? All right, I've gotten 25 votes. I think I'll just stop because it's been almost 5 minutes that I'm waiting for these polls. All right, quick, I'll just give one more. Okay, right now people are just started polling in. I think right now we all know how to use the polls. Okay, so I'll wait for a few more seconds and then we'll end the poll. Yeah. All right, I'll end the poll. We will have these polls, during the webinar as well. Okay, for now, the highest vote we have got is for practical strategies for integrating AI literacy into STEM lessons. And then the next one is critical, what they want to understand what is AI, right? And then they also, few people want to understand the future of AI and then how it is going to impact education, right? And then the resources and tools to help teach AI. All right. So we'll see. There's only one vote for networking opportunities. All right. So most of them want to understand what AI is, how do I integrate it, what are the resources that I can use, what exactly is, like, there is a lot of hype behind AI, but what exactly is it, right? How do we differentiate if something is true or no, or what you can do. All right. So let's understand this. So before we start, right, there is this just a warm up session. I have two of them. It is related to AI. Yeah. So for this also, I'm launching a poll. How many differences did you find? Like, how many differences are there in this particular image? The poll is live. You all can give your votes. Okay, one watch. Yeah. Ma'am, I'm not visible. Okay. It could be because you were using the phone. Okay, watch. Watch is one. Then a shadow. Okay. So we got two. So one person has given one vote. There is three. Background shadow. Okay. So we're getting answers for 1, 2, and 3. I hope everybody is able to see the results also, right? Yeah, there is a blue stripe, somebody's telling. Shadow on the wall, watch. Stripe on right is less. Okay. All right. I think one person has given four differences. I'll end the poll. There's a quick one. Okay. So
Ma'am,
who has
one,
this watch, background,
one
shadow, and three stripes?
background three sides. There are two shown in one set. In pic, only two are shown.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Thank you. So the answer is we have three differences here. There is a shadow, right? People are telling about the shadow, the watch, right? The watch. And then there is on the wall, there are three windows, right? The stripes, or somebody told it as stripes. Perfect, right? So, y'all, what did y'all do actually right now? Do y'all understand what y'all have done? Y'all are observing something, right? People have found three differences. Okay, great. So now what did y'all do? Y'all analyze. How did y'all analyze? Can somebody raise your hand and tell? First, raise your hand and then answer. Shweta, do you want to answer? Okay, I'll open the room. We're not able to hear you, Shweta. Could you go on mute? Okay, Roshni Thakur. Shweta, we cannot hear you. Audible. There is a lot of static in your voice. I think I'll mute you. Okay, Roshni Thakre.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you raised your hand. Do you want to tell me what did you actually do? How did you spot it? Can you tell me the process, a small process that you followed? You're on mute, Roshni. All right, Roshni is not answering. I'll go with the next one in the line queue. Nandita. Nandita Raut. Yes, Nandita Raut. Please unmute yourself and tell me what is the process that you followed. Okay, you are not able to unmute yourself, is it? All right. So what I can read from the answers is from the chat box, right? By comparing both images, okay. Each thing step by step. So Priya is saying each thing step by step. Kritika has said comparing both images. One is the source. Watch carefully. So basically, you have used your eye, right? You have used your eye to analyze what is there on the screen, right? You're
Yes, ma'am.
visualizing and
Yes.
analyzing step by step and comparing, right? You have used a
Yes,
lot
ma'am.
of these intelligence that you have as a human being, right? The same thing to
Yes.
get a computer to understand. First, you will have to tell it step by step, like look at this, look at that, try to compare this. That was how it was being coded long time ago, right? With AI, what is happening is we have given few things, like we have given it training. We as in the developers, right? They have given the training, a lot of training, right? That is, training is what, just like how we do for small kids, right? What do we do? How do we teach them what is cat, what is dog, or what is a pencil, which color is it? How do we teach? We teach them by repeating it, asking it. The same way it is done for the AI also. And now it has become so smart that it is able to identify it, right? Not only identify it, right now it is so smart that it can create it on its own. You just have to tell, can you do this? Earlier we would tell, an artist, go and tell an artist, like, can you draw some, a picture of me in, a particular format, right now you don't have to, you just have to give your picture to AI, right? Any image generator, and then tell, change it to something like, what I want. So earlier, how it was, you had to tell, like, to the computer. It didn't understand it. You had to tell step by step. Okay. So all of this, skip the next slide because it's almost the same. It's just talking about how visually you'll be able to understand, or, able to analyze it by your vision, right? That is one of the branch in AI. That is computer vision. There are multiple branches in AI. There is no, like, AI is not chat GPT alone, or let's say the chatbot. It's not only the chatbot. There are multiple domains in it. Chatbot comes under the LLM, that is language learning model. Okay. And whatever the computer is able to observe and give some information, that comes under computer vision. All right. So now, what is AI literacy according to you? Can somebody raise your hand and answer? Anu, Anu Vadva, is there something that you want to answer? What is AI literacy? What, according to you, is AI literacy? Okay. Is anybody? I think Anu is not able to unmute herself. Okay. Everybody's. Veena Devi. Yes. Please go ahead and answer. What is
Yes,
AI
ma'am.
literacy?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, AI literacy, first of all, will give the full form of it, artificial intelligence, right?
Mhm.
It is the ability to understand, use, evaluation, and critical reflection of AI technologies.
Okay. So it is use of it, right? To
Yes.
understand what it
To
is, right?
understand it, yes, ma'am.
And then also, what was the third point that you said?
Then the critically reflection or create, then we understand it critically as well, ma'am.
Yeah. To
Analysis.
understand it, yeah, analyze if it is actually AI or not AI, or is it useful or not useful? How will you use it? You're critically evaluating it, right? So sometimes somebody tells something, suddenly there is a boom of, people telling AI can do this. Okay, can it actually do it? How is it doing? Is it really AI, or is it just a program that is creating, that has created, right? So you need to know how to critically evaluate it also. Thank you, Veena. Thank you for the answer. Right? So AI literacy refers to the ability to understand it, use it, and critically evaluate AI technologies. Right? And it prepares students to engage with AI-driven systems responsibly and ethically. Right now, we have already started using AI, right, for everything. Like For example, you want to create some images, we are using it. You want to create, let's say, the webinar that I took help from AI to create the webinars also, right? It's not the whole thing cannot be created as such, but then you need some inputs, right? If you want to create earlier, before, when we were creating webinars before AI boom, right? What we had to do, we had to do research on it, go through a lot of multiple books, right? Based on it, we had to do a lot of research, and then we had to create a webinar or anything, not only a webinar, any engaging concept, right? But then now it is easier. But that doesn't mean that, if I do not know it, can I present it? Yes, I can present it. Will it be authentically presented? Will you be able to understand if it is what AI is telling is correct, or is it hallucinating? There is a concept called hallucinating, right? Have you come across this word called as hallucinating of AI? Anybody? You all must have, because what is hallucination of AI? That means it gives something wrong answer, or something it looks correct, but because the sentence formation, everything is correct, but then it is a wrong answer. It will, make you go through a different path. Okay. So you need to critically evaluate it. And the same thing, the students, they are right now little. By the time they grow up, it's going to be like, they are going to work with AI. That will be like, earlier how it was like, computers or smartphones were like when we were little. I'm not sure, but when we were very little, uh, these computers, smartphones were, only very few people had it, right? But then now everybody has it, right? So the same way, AI is something now, it's almost everybody has it, but then how they are using it, how to creatively use it, that very few are able to understand and use it. Later, it is going to be everybody is going to use it, right? So they have to use it responsibly and ethically. That's the main thing that the students have to concentrate on, or we have to educate them, right? So why is it essential? You all would already know it. It is transforming industries like healthcare, education, transportation, right? In healthcare, how is it doing the diagnosis, right? Earlier, like, if you had reports, then you need a very specialized person to find out if that particular scan or CT scan, wherever, if there is some issue in that particular patient, you needed a very good eye, a person who could observe the first image that I showed you about showing the differences, right? So now they had to remember all that, small subtle pointers, right? So now the AI can do it. How is it able to do it? Does it have automatically, it knows everything? No, right? It was trained on the older data set, how people were trying to diagnose it, how it was correctly diagnosed, right? And then now it will be able to, if it has a proper data, right? AI is only as good as how the data it is fed. If the data is bad, then it is going to give you bad information or wrong information, right? If the AI is, if you're able to get a clean data with a good data set, somebody has to be there telling that it is good and not good, right? Only then AI is good. So you need to have that proper data set. Okay. Now in education also. So if you want to know any topic around the world, right? If you want, you just type in that topic and then tell it to change it into a way a small grade 5 student is able to understand it, or you can make it change it into a very sophisticated, like a PhD student thesis. Even that you can do it, right? But then right now there are technologies in place where you can check if it is, if it is just generated some if the paper is generated by AI or not an AI. Right now, as I am seeing a lot of resumes and all that, I can understand, okay, this is generated by AI, this is not generated by AI, right? And when people answer, right? Question and answers. When we have video call, what is happening? They are having AI generated answers, right? It's listening and then answering, right? We are just there is a possibility wherein you are just repeating whatever or just reading out what is there on the chat, but that anybody can understand it. Okay, so somehow people think that, if it is AI, AI can help you, right? It can be your buddy to learn, to understand. But then if you're using it for unethical purposes, then of course you will be caught for it, right? And it's very easy. It doesn't mean that you cannot learn, you shouldn't learn. It's just helping you to learn. All right. So let's get into STEM's role in AI literacy, right? In science, we explore things, right? And we get inspired to create AI applications. Yeah. Then in technology, we use tools and platforms to build AI systems, right? And engineering, it is the designing hardware for AI applications like robotics. And mathematics, here applying statistics, probability, and data analysis in AI, creating AI models. All right. So, what is our core learning goal for AI literacy? It is to understand AI concepts, that is machine learning, neural network, and data processing. Okay, I told about machine learning before. I was talking about there are different types of machine learning. One is supervised and one is unsupervised, right? I told you about how a child is given, training on how what a cat is, what a dog is. How do we do it? We keep repeating it and show different types of cats and different dogs, and it is that is a dog. We're classifying it, right? That is supervised learning. You're telling this is this is this, right? Unsupervised learning is if the system learns on its own. Now it has some data, then it finds some other, picture, and it tries to see, okay, is this, it looks like a dog. So is it a dog, right? And then after that, it gives you the answer, it tries to identify it, right? Neural networks are how these AI systems, machine learning systems, how they connect. You have one learning another model, and then you're trying to identify, you as in the system is trying to identify it, right? And I told you how good the data is, only then the machine or the AI is as good as the data, right? The data, how to process the data. You'll have to first tag it, right? I'm not going to too much into technical details about it, but then you have these in the AI concepts, right? You have machine learning, neural network, and data processing, right? And then we have designing AI systems. So now you have these concepts. These are very you have to know a lot of uh, technical pointers, right? But then how do we teach it to students? I mean, do we have to give all that information to students for all the grades, or how do we make them use it? So we can give them hands-on projects like coding, or you can give robotics, use robotics for it. So the hardware part. So they'll be able to understand, okay, this is how you have to create it, right? And then the third point, right, that is critically evaluate AI. So they have to now, there was, even right now, I don't think that bias is there. If I take you back 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, there was this, the computer vision, if it is able to identify a person as a person or not. Do you all remember a long time ago we had this images wherein, or cameras which could identify if the person is, if the boxes are drawn around the faces? Do you all remember some time ago? Even now it is there, but then earlier we had those digital cameras wherein, if you focus, you are able to see if all the boxes, boxes over people. Okay, so I don't think it is 6 years ago, before 10 years ago. So you have those boxes, or maybe on Facebook, if you all remember, if you could tag it, right? That was how it was identifying faces. It didn't identify what kind of face it is. It was just identifying faces and drawing boxes over it, right? So that time, in the initial time of what should I say, computer vision, it was not understanding darker complexion faces. It would never identify it. That was 10, very like long ago, not right now, but then long ago. It couldn't identify it. Do you know what the reason was? The reason was that the training data set that was given were for lighter complexion, people, right? This is the face, this is the face. So it had a lot of data on lighter complexion. So the AI could detect only lighter complexions, right? So that is bias. That is one of the bias, right? It is not able to. Why is it not able to? Because the data is not good enough, or the data itself had a bias, right? There was a bias in there. So we should be, we should check that also. If the data, how is it, or there are cases where, women and men have, in health care, right? Women and men have different health issues, or the same, or maybe if the same, let's say, cancer is a disease, right? If the same type of cancer detected in a man and a woman would be in a different way, it would show in a different way. So detection of those medical, Shweta, would you? Yeah, thank you. All right. So detecting those medical, uh, like, issues also had a bias, because, maybe the training data set did not have enough women representation in it, right? So those have to be avoided. And then if you just remember 1 or 2 years ago, if we had to create an image, it would always create images of either very dark complexion or lighter complexion. Indian representation wasn't there much, but then now it is there, now it is added. So we'll have to identify that it is going to be biased. So we will have to add, we will have to say, okay, this is not represented, that is not represented, right? So that has to be there. All right. And then now, if why should the AI system not have bias? The reasons are it will impact the society, right? So now, if there is any concern, they'll tell this is the answer. If the AI is going to answer this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then everybody follows it, that is why everybody will think, okay, this is the right answer, right? XYZ is the right answer. So it is going to impact the society. So because of that, we will have to mitigate it by adding few more in learnings to it, right? Now, what are the classroom strategies to teach AI literacy? So one is introduce AI early. Like we can start with basic concepts in primary and middle school, right? And then we can have hands-on learning, as I told. We can use TensorFlow, Scratch AI, or Avishkar that we have. Then project-based learning, building models, designing robots, or analyzing data set. Okay, there is one poll. I think it's just going one way right now. I'll launch a poll, right? Okay, it's a very simple poll. The poll is, am I using AI now? Yes, no, maybe all of them got one vote each. Am I using AI now? Okay, HOD computer science is saying yes. Spondon is saying yes. Ruma, Sindhu. So we've got 8 votes for yes, no 4 votes, and maybe 2 votes. We've got only 16 votes. We have like 250 people joining this, and then we just have 16 votes. Yes, okay. 11 votes for yes. I think many of them are putting their polls in the chat. If you all can go to the tools and vote, that'll be great. Or you can continue, it's okay. Okay, I have majority people telling yes. Okay, what part of AI am I using now? Can somebody raise your hand? Okay, HOD computer science is saying that CC, that is the captions, right? If you all have opted for turned on captions, It is AI that is being used. Thank you, sir. Could I get your name, sir?
I am Jagdish Patil, Head of Computer Science at Muscat.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, sir, Jagdish sir has said that turning on captions, if you'll have those options on your webinar, on this link, right, you'll get turn on captions. So that is an AI at play. Any other? Background, Rekha ma'am is saying about background. Right, the background that I have right now, that is AI. It's computer vision, right? The CC is LLM, right? That is a language model that's trying to, identify it's speech recognition. Sorry, you have text to speech or speech to text. So it is speech. My speech is converted into text, right? Yeah. Voting is AI generated? No, voting is not AI generated. I created the vote and then I published it. So it's not AI generated. But yeah, what you can see, right? What the things that you can see, speech to text here. I was wrong by telling text to speech. It is speech to text. My speech is, just look at how the technology has gone fast, right? So it is taking my speech, converting it on the go live, right? If you all have turned on captions, it changes. Yeah. All right. I'm ending the poll. Veena Devi, yes, ma'am, we can create poems. Yes, but then I was asking about what am I creating right now, right? Am I using AI right now? Right? So one is the captions that are used, you can use. If you turn it on, you'll be able to use it. The other one is the background that I've changed, right? It is cropping myself, right? It is cropping me and then putting some background behind me. So that is AI. It is identifying that there is a person and then removing whatever is not a person. Yeah. All right. And then if you're, women here, if you'll want a tip, right, if you want to look brighter, right, in the videos or when we are doing online, you just have to put a dab of lipstick. Why? Because AI tries to, filters are there. What it tries to find out the lip, right? It tries to identify the lip, and from there it actually change. Okay, so we have hi, I'm transcribing this call. Okay, there's a transcriber which is added to the call. All right. Okay, like Snapchat. Yes. Yes, ma'am, that's correct. All right, so these are the examples that you can give for AI to identify what is AI, it is not only some chatbot. Yeah. And we can use it wherever we want to. Now, how do we integrate AI in STEM activities? So what is STEM activities? STEM activities are a combination of science, technology, engineering, and math, right? So now, cities are, chock-a-block with a lot of pollution, right? Industries are there, the vehicular pollutions are there. Then we have from, inside home, indoor pollution, right? So there's a lot of pollution now. So we can have these air quality monitors. It is steam. Even earlier also we had steam, but then we do not, at least that is A in art, right? A is art. So we integrate art also into it to make it look beautiful and aesthetic, right? All right. So we have air quality monitors, right? We have the sensors. Now, how do we use these sensors? Okay, so that can be, and how to maybe, monitor it and then make it better, right? How the environment better. That could be one of the activities that we can have, right? And then the other one is AI and robotics. So we can build robots that can respond to either voice commands or face recognition, face commands or, whatever, hand pose, anything, right? And then data science. So data science, when you talk about data science, it's all about kind of math, right? You're trying to get the data, trying to understand what the data is, what the, how to, so let's say about the, climate data, if we have, how to analyze it, how to predict what is going to happen later, the financial trends, what happened earlier, how is it going to affect, later. All that data set, it relates to math. So we can do that. How do we overcome changes over time? Yes. And then how do we overcome these challenges? We have to have access to resources, right? So we have to use AI tools and platforms. We should never, one thing is whenever technology is, going forward, we have to adopt it, right? How do we adopt it? We have to start using it little by little, right? Just for small things. And then again, later, yeah, it's not only animations and digital modeling that you can use. You can use many other things also, right? You want to make something, let's say you want to create some activity, right? You can ask it, right? Or you can, let's say you want, right now, I'm getting only animation and modeling because that was the answer that popped up right now, what Anup has told, right? Digital labs. So now, then we can have teacher trainings also. Like right now, we have this webinar. We can provide, professional development for educators. So the school, HODs or the principals, they can actually ask for a professional to, upgrade their teachers than the teachers going, doing it on their own. Maybe, they can do it for everybody. Just maybe 1 or 2 days seminar or something like that, so that they are trained, right? And then we'll have to teach the teachers also how to use AI responsibly and the design. So it has to be, it should have less of bias, right? Then you have to be responsible for it, ethical. It has to be, there should be fairness in what the AI models that you're creating, right? Now, the benefits of AI literacy in STEM. So you all already know what would be the benefits, right? So it is going to prepare students for AI-driven careers, right? And then it enhances critical thinking and problem-solving skills, right? And it promotes ethical and informed decision making. Yeah. All right. So I will just go into what STEM is. You all already know it is science, technology, engineering, and math, right? And then STEM education integrates all these subjects for real world applications, right? I'll just give you a sneak peek into this video on how. Are you able to? All right. Like you saw, this is the present. It's not the future, right? So it is just going to get more common, right, as time passes by, right? Does anybody want to speak about this? Please raise your hand so that you can speak about it. Nobody? Okay. What was the first thought when you actually saw this video, right? What was the first thought that came to you? Veena, I'll take the questionnaire later at the end of the session, webinar session. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Humans are replaced by AI. Okay. That's the first thing that Rekha ma'am thought. Okay. Anything else? It's very fast. Meena ma'am is saying, Monica ma'am is saying, okay. Anybody else? You all can raise your hand if you're, I want people to interact, talk in this webinar. It shouldn't be just one. I know webinars are one-sided, but then here we can have it two-sided. Yes, Spondan, please unmute yourself and share your thoughts.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Spondan Ganguly. As AI, the topic, this AI and robotics, it's very much interesting for the students more than the teachers, and they are very much fascinated about it. So what we do, I say, especially in school, to our students that uh, it is a good tool if I use it rather than the tool use us. Now, what happened, like you all are aware of, if I give a project, if I give a work, the first repercussion from students, हो जाएगा सर, वो chat GPT है ना, वो AI है ना. So I always say, like, see, that is good. These all are things are there. But if you are very much habituated with those things, it will harm you on long run. Your own critical thinking will be hampered. So the best solution is you utilize the tool as a tool, not being utilized by the tool. That is the thing. And it is one thing is there. Nobody can deny that we have to work with the technology. We cannot keep it aside. We are in that stage where this is a integral part. Like nowadays, internet is very much crucial and important part of everybody's life. Though it has its pros and cons, we have to be very much familiar of what are the awareness programs needed to handle the AI as well as the internet, especially for the teenagers. And we need to be updated them about it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your thought on this. Yeah. So as sir said, we have to use AI as a tool to enhance us rather than the tool itself using you, right? And then there is a lot of there are messages wherein we are going to be replaced by AI. Humans existence is not here. I am not sure how to pronounce your name, Odell, if I am correct, right? Odell understand that maybe its existence, human existence or human value is reducing. No, human value is not going to reduce, right? This was the same thing if you ask your parents or whoever was there in the IT boom time. They're like, oh, now computers are going to replace all the humans. But then what happened? To use the computers we need a lot of humans, and especially from India we have a lot of IT people, right, during that boom. But that is why how did it happen? Because we adopted it. Yes or no? Agree? People started learning it, and now you can see all over the world all the CEOs, right, are Indians. How did that happen? Because we adopted it faster. Yeah. So if you go away from it, we have to use it. not for like, just making us lazy, but making us faster. It is going to make us faster for sure, right? Which used to take like, sorting things and all that used to take a very long time, right? And then human errors, like, we are going to make mistakes, one parcel is going to another person. So to mitigate all those errors, we are using computers, right? Those are very menial tasks. We don't have to do menial tasks. We have to do creative tasks. And now, then people will tell creative task is also taken off by, the AI. But then until and unless you tell what to do, there should be there should be a person to tell what to do. Now, earlier, if I just read an article recently. I don't remember the author. I'm sorry for not quoting the author. But the author was telling earlier when we had these typewriters, right? When the typewriters came in, now it was faster to try, type. Earlier we had, or maybe let's go back when we had, if, in movies and all we have seen, they had to dip the quill and then write, right? It was very difficult to write. Then typewriters were invented. It was faster. Many people could write. So there were a lot of people who started writing or like creating books. And then what was the block? The block was what to write, because they have written everything, right? They have converted all the existing text which was written in hand all into books. Now what is there? What else is there to write? Right? Then we had computers, then we had internet, everything is published online, everything is there. Now what to do with it, right? Then we have AI, right? We can do anything. You want to create an app, instantly you can create an app. You don't need a engineer to create an app. But then what later, after that, how will you actually build it? You need to know the nitty gritty of things. If you do not know the nitty gritty, how does it work, how to fine tune it, like, even images or animation that people were telling about, if you want to get exactly what you want, right, you need to be clear. There should be a human being telling what to do. Can the AI, AI can create whatever it wants. Will anybody, see it and keep, ads can be created by AI. You just give a prompt, it'll create it. But will it be good enough? There should be a person to control it. So we have to use the AI tool. How do we become masters of AI? If you use it, if you learn it, if you keep doing it again and again, make things better, right? I'll give one more.
They're some of the world's most in-demand tech jobs.
The advantage of the robot is that it is able to give us very high dexterity and maneuverability in a very small and narrow confined space, which normally a human hands may have a bit of difficulty reaching.
For car parts, car body will be carried by our robots. So car body during assembly process will carry by the bigger robot and go through different assembly process.
What we are really focusing on is developing the capabilities of our robotic platforms to help the user in a home.
But what does a day in one of these roles actually?
Okay, that was a small video showing how robotics is used in different places like healthcare. How is it enabling the doctor to actually do the surgery? Robotic surgeries are there, right? So it is enabling it. How? Because, humans, there are very few people who can keep their hands still, right? Because human, body also, it is very, you'll have to think about how many nerves are there. There are so many, there are so many veins, arteries, right? You all must have learned in science, right? It's very difficult if you do not have a steady hand to do a surgery. That is why we have very few surgeons. There might be many doctors, but then there'll be very, very few surgeons who can do perfect, surgery. Why? Because not everybody has a sturdy hand, right? Abroad, most of the surgeries are done by robots. Why? Because it can do, with the help of robot. It doesn't mean that few surgeries only the robot does it. Few surgeries both robot and the human beings are there to control it, right? It all depends on different kinds of surgery. So it is there, right? It's not something in the future, right? How did this happen? This was because, AI is going to enhance this. So we have to adopt it, right? If you want to actually, bear the fruit of it. Yeah. Then there was in the, I think in the automotive industry, even in India, we have a lot of robots working, plus people working along with it, right? So here I'll just will continue with an example of how students can learn and innovate a real world concept through AI based projects that we have in Next, right? So the real world concept, like, how do children learn to understand emotions? They look, they learn from mostly their mothers, right? If the mother is angry, there's something wrong. They must have done something wrong. If she's sad or happy, everything, the first thing they learn from their mother. Then they, then they look at people around them, right? Then they look at, if they're going to daycare, they look at their peers, what they're doing. They understand the emotions by looking at it, learning it, right? Observing, interacting with their environment, right? That is how children learn, right? The same way computers also learn the same way, right? So we have these activities in our books, right? I'll share another screen. So this is a STEM activity wherein, the robot moves based on the facial expression, right? So this is a sample robot that they create. This is a base robot. So when you just put the base robot, it's not going to do anything. You have to code it, right? Once you code it, it will be able to move like this. Like, what it is. See, if you can see this, okay, you can see this person here, right? This is a window. Here, in this particular interface, we can train the computer. So it is already trained on how the face look and how the smile looks, or how the frown look, or how the eyes are, where the eyes are, what the positionings are. But if you want to make the robot move when it is smiling, when I am smiling, right, you'll have to code it, right? You will have to train it and code it, right? If you want to stop the bot when you are surprised or something like that, you're controlling it with your facial expressions, right? Then you will have to code it. I'll show you one video on this activity is. Okay. In our curriculum, we have multiple activities. One of these activities is based on AI. This is the code that they write, right? And they burn this. Once they burn it, they'll be able to run this. So you can see smile is going forward. When your face is open, it goes backward, right? So that way they will be able to implement the AI concepts. I have not given you any concept on AI other than the theory part. We'll go into few activities that the students can do, or you can teach them about AI. We learned, we learned how, what is AI. You're able to identify what types of AI are there, right? Like you told about the background and all. So now let's take this example of this activity. Are you able to see my screen? It says auto draw. You can search auto draw on Google and then you'll get, autodraw.com. So this particular application, it is trained on a lot of scribbles, right? Now, let's say a student is not able to, they want to draw a very good, picture, but they're not able to do it. Okay. So what will, they might be disappointed. And I want to draw a good picture, but I'm not able to do it. How do I do it? So let's say if I want to draw maybe a face. right? This is the face that I drew. And it's giving me options. Can you all see the options here? It's giving me the ghost options. But then I wanted to draw a face, right? So maybe I draw a little more, and then it might give me examples of images, right? I am not, it's, see, it is identifying that it is a octopus. Let me check. Yeah, I have a person here, right? Or I can use a ghost, right? Or an octopus. So that way, if you are drawing, if you want to draw something, if it is a scribble, it tries to identify what it is, right? This is a sock. So I wanted to draw a sock. So you go to auto draw, right? Click on this auto draw tool. This is only draw, normal draw. This is an auto draw. So this, the student can either use it as a, image for drawing, for creating like, painting or anything like that. That is one. This is based on AI. How is it based on AI? It is trying to identify my scribbles and then identifying like, what is it? Trying to get something close to my scribble so that I'll be able to check. This is a very old application of, AI. Now, next is the Google Teachable Machine. Okay. You all can go to Google Teachable Machine, like, search on Google Teachable Machine, and you'll get this, right, website. Here, you can actually train the model. So remember I told about creating, how to train the computer on if it is a dog or a cat, right? The same way you can take class 1 is like, you can you can gather all the images of cats and then, feed it the cat. Next, you can gather all the images of dogs and then feed it dog, right? And then give these examples and then click on train model. Now it will be trained. After you trained, it will be able to identify if it is a dog or a cat. So it doesn't have to be a dog or a cat, right? You can have activities. So these kind of activities are there in our computer books, right? So you can create either an image project, audio project, or a post project. Post project means it is going to identify your body, how, hands and legs move, right? And then these are image projects. Image projects are about images, right? You click on the image, you have these standard image models, right? You can create, you can take images or upload it, or you can train it on the camera that you have right now, right? That is done. So these are explained in our books, right? And then the next one is like, we have in Avishkar, I'll just go directly to the full 2.0 BLU. I have shown you the AI activity, right? AI activity. So you can see this is you can create the activity here, that is a code here. Yeah, you code this to do whatever you want here. This is a place where you create the model. So right now it doesn't identify anything, but then if I configure it the same that we did for Google Teachable Machine, the same way we have images, hand poses, pose net, or face mesh. So the example that I gave you earlier, right, that was for face mesh to identify the face, right? So these activities, so now this is virtual, right? This is virtual, when you talk about auto draw, that is also virtual. That is all on the internet. Now students, how will they know if, what they're learning, right? How to use it, right? That is how we have integrated the knowledge AI into robotics. And that is how we have created these activities, right? So that they have hands-on experience on AI-based activities, right? So a sneak peek into our next products, right? We have next IT skills, which are there for grades 1 to 8. All these products have AI integrated into them. All AI-based activities are there inside these products. So we have, especially a new launch we have is Code Explorers, which deals with AI-based activities in Scratch for grades 3 to 5, and Python, Python programming in grades 6 to 8. All right, so this, I just wanted to show you a glimpse of how students are in. Sorry, I was on mute. I was saying that these are students who are using our product for almost 2 to 3 years now, right? And the teachers are enjoying it as well as the students. So this is a STEM kit that you'll get. Along with this, there will be a science lab and math lab also. Okay. Thank you for joining us. Please, there is a form that I'll be sharing right now. Please share your valuable feedback. Yes, Veena, ma'am.
Ma'am, one question is there. Ma'am, first of all, just want to know about this workshop session, that is it considered, it will be considered 8 hours of session or only 1 hour of session?
I didn't understand the workshop session. What are you referring to?
Ma'am, this workshop which we are right now attending.
Right now, webinar. Okay,
Yeah,
this is only
webinar.
1 hour. Yeah, the
Only, it
1 hour
will be
session.
considered only 1 hour session. No,
1
ma'am.
hour.
We will get the certificate, right?
Okay, that is something that the team will let you know about it. Yeah, you will get the certificate based on the form that you are filling. Yeah.
That's what I'm asking, ma'am. That certificate will be considered as 8 hour workshop, or it will be considered only 1 hour?
Veena ma'am, for this, I am not the correct person, right?
All right.
Yeah, the team will get
And
back
one
to
more
you.
question, ma'am. Ma'am, this AI, suppose if I need to, what the student they used to do right today nowadays, that they used to consult the AI system for everything, right? If they need to ask any question, or if they want to create a poem also, as ma'am, as I used to teach English literature to the student, right? So if somebody is asking that you have to create your own poem, so is it considered as a original poem, or it will be considered as not original? Because I think AI will also respond according to the data which was fed it to them.
Correct.
So
it all depends. Yeah, it all depends on, see, that all depends on you as a teacher, if you want to, take it as original or not. Right? It all, so what you can maybe do is critical, how, the concept, what is that? I'm not English literature person, so I wouldn't know the nitty-gritty of it. But then what I can say is, see, now when you're using the application, right, AI, for creating a poem, right? Now, how will it just, you type something, it'll give you a poem. But then, is it good enough? Could it be better? How can you make it better? What are the things that consist of a poem? What will you have to consider while writing a poem? That all will remain same, right? All those will remain the same. Is it having all of it? Can it be better? Now that you're using AI, you can write a better one. While this is like normal, for grade 1 student writing or something like that. You can make it better. How can you make it better? right? What other topics can you write about? It should be something personal, right? Have you gone through some incident, right, in your life, right? Maybe, your friend, you had a very good time with your friend, right? What was it about? So those, you don't have to. Even earlier, people used to copy, yes or no? They
Yes.
would go to some other, some publication somewhere. You have a, a bulk of poems, and then from there you keep, you write it, or that student would write it. So right now they don't have to do all of that. They just have it very easily at their disposal, right? But then selecting which one is good, that also depends, right? You might get a lot of poems in that booklet, but then which one you selected, why you select it, that also plays a importance.
All right.
A person should understand, right?
Okay.
Like you said, ma'am, about critically evaluating it, no?
Yeah, yeah,
So they
yeah.
have to, understand what they're doing.
Mean to say, this AI is in relation with the understanding AI. First of all, the second one is how we are going to use it, right? That is also
Correct.
important, how we are going to use it. And second, when while using this, we should not forget that our own critical analysis, right? We should,
Correct. We should
yes,
never forget. We should never be, we have to enhance it more. We
yes,
have to
with the
become
help of
much, much better.
with the help of AI, we will change the vocabulary. We can change this word synonyms, right? We can use the other
Exactly.
adjectives. We can teach the
Correct.
student like that. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you
Well
so
put,
much.
ma'am. Well put. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any more questions? All right. Thank you, everyone. So equip your classrooms with AI integrated STEM resources. Now, like Veena was saying, STEAM, A also we can add into, put it as arts, right? And then foster curiosity, creativity, and ethical responsibility in students. That is what is required, right? And then partner us to implement impactful AI literacy programs. Thank you,
Ma'am, I
everyone.
have a question.
Yes, Ashu, ma'am.
Actually, I'm teaching ninth and 10th class. I want to know
Mm-hmm.
in which form should I use AI in my class?
Like you are teaching grade 9 and 10, like
Yes.
which subject, ma'am?
I'm teaching physics.
You're teaching physics. So if you want to create, there are multiple physics concepts which are theory based, right? You won't be able to visualize it, right?
Yes, in
If
that
you
form,
know it,
actually, we are using
that form you can create
smart
it.
boards.
Sorry.
In that form, I am saying just like you say, ki visualization for theoretical aspects or theoretical topics. I'm saying ki
Correct.
I'm
Then
using
there are
extra
practical,
marks
like,
type of.
sorry, ma'am.
I am using extra marks smart class software
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
where somewhere AI is used in some diagrams and all. But other
Okay,
than that,
great.
I want to know in which form can I use, or I can tell them ki you may.
See, one thing what you can do is real life applications. Like, for right now, they themselves, if let's say, I don't remember a lot of concept, but then if it is about gravity or acceleration due to gravity, right? That's the first, the concept that I remember now. So when acceleration due to gravity, the students themselves can record the video that they are doing, right? That they are doing, and then, maybe explain, what is actually happening, so that they will understand, okay, what I am doing is this, so how is it, implemented. That also can, you can use it that way also. So they're actually using those, but one thing is, it's better that the students don't use their faces. That is one, one caution that they should have. Maybe they can use some other, without the face, right? Without the face, they can use a image where then they are, or a video that, falling object, and then how it is, affecting it.
Ma'am,
If it isn't.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Veena, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Just last question. Ma'am, one suggestion from my side, as I have attended this session, it is based on STEM, right? Science, technology, then and
Engineering.
mathematics, engineering, yes. So I just want कि मैम इसमें आप जो है थोड़ा लिटरेचर इंग्लिश से रिलेटेड भी कुछ ऐड करो.
Ma'am, we already have some sessions already for English.
No, ma'am.
We do
I'm
have
talking about
webinars for English.
AI. It's based on AI through. Mean to say it should be STEM.
Okay, STEAM.
Yes.
आप बोल रहे हो?
Yeah.
STEAM.
In English should
Okay.
also be included in this, so that because nowadays each and every child, whether the child is taking in Hindi class or English class, every child is consulting AI. So it should be helpful for everyone, ma'am. So it should be.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand that. But then for now, that is how we are divided our webinars into, department wise. So English, we have a very good faculty, right? So she takes care, that team takes care of English, AI based on, activities based on English, how they can do it, right? How, it is helping the students to learn. I think we already have that webinar. So that is the reason we do not have the A here. Yeah. It's not because we do not have art-based activities. We do have art-based activities in all our books.
Ma'am, I have already attended so many sessions of this EduCom. I really appreciate. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Veena, ma'am. Your inputs are really appreciated.
Good evening, madam. I want to ask one question.
Yeah, good evening, Bhupendra. Sir, yes, sir.
Ma'am, how AI can be useful to teach biology subject?
Sir, like what, biology, how, one thing is about animations and designs. That is one, right? You can actually show different, layers of the body if you want to show that. It all depends on the concept that you want to teach. Is there a particular concept that you want to teach, and then that is how you want to show them? Like, for example, if you want, what I remember is about the cell, right? The image of the cell. I remember drawing it, the mitochondria, right? So all of it was just a diagram. I didn't know how it actually exists or how small it is, right? We would draw it in a bigger way, but then how, when you actually show the zooming effect, there are multiple people working on how the animation. I think we at Next also have these animations about cells, about the human body. So all of these are created using AI. And then if you see the videos that we have been using voiceovers, right? We write the script and then the voice, we don't have one person just reading it out. We have the AI, reading it, and then we have fused it, right? So that way you can use it.
Yeah.
But
Ma'am,
then you can make.
Can you please suggest any of the AI tool for
I wouldn't be able to suggest any. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to suggest any one tool because then I will have a bias. I am not promoting any company other than Next Education. So I would want you to use Next Education products for it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, thank you, everyone. Please, the feedback link is already shared. It is pinned to the chat. Please look at the pin. I'll share it again. Thank you, everyone. Okay, Bindu George, you have asked how is it useful in kindergarten?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Margaret, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, GB ma'am. It was a wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mansoor. Thank you for joining. Bindu ma'am, I just saw your message about how is it useful in kindergarten. I wouldn't be the right person to answer this. So I think I refrained from answering. Thank you.